Welcome to World's Finest, the weekly DC Comics review, with me, Phil Parrish, and, of course, with me is... That's right, no one, because it's Christmas week, Lilith is on vacation, so you have to deal with me. I'm going to do this thing solo this week. I know what you're saying. Hopefully it's so low you can't hear me, right? Sorry, I'll try to keep the bad jokes to a minimum. But, like I said, this is Christmas week, so I'll dive into the books that came out for December 23rd, 2015. I'm going to start off with Starfire number 7. I know it came out 2 weeks ago, and Lilith already reviewed it, but I finally picked it up. I thought I would give everyone a review since I haven't been reading Starfire. It's a decent issue. It's good. Maybe it's because I just picked it up at number 7. I felt a little lost. But if you're a big fan of Grayson like me, I would recommend picking it up. And it looks like maybe he might be in next issue too. Because they get kind of cozy on the last page. Grayson and Starfire share a kiss. So. Because also in this issue, I saw Starfire kissed another guy, so I don't know if she's kind of been dating him or... But without Lilith here, I don't know what's going on with Starfire. So, but, like I said, if you're a fan of Grayson, I would recommend picking it up. I give Starfire number 7 a 4. So, I like the art. Like I said, it was a good Grayson story, so if you have a chance, a little extra money, pick it up. Alright, let's get into... this week's books. Superman 47. I know, everyone's scared now because you hear how me and Lilith talk about Superman, but I don't know. It was alright. It was an alright enough story, I guess, but I mean, we got some action. Sometimes in some of the latest Superman stories, you know, there's a couple fists thrown and it's just like, oh, Superman's all dark, but there's a little bit of action, and I don't know, a little too much Superman doubting himself, but I don't know, that's not my Superman. Superman is supposed to be like me and Lilith always say, Superman's supposed to be the bright shining beacon for everyone, so I don't know, but like I said, it's a little bit of an improvement on some of the previous issues, or maybe I'm just holding out hope because Superman 50, they already said he's getting his power, he's getting fully recharged, and he's meeting pre-New 52 Superman, so I really can't wait for that. But Superman 47, I gave it a 2.5. That's been about on par with me for this book for the last couple months. Sorry guys, that the creative team, but give me back my fully powered Superman. And, lighten him up. Don't be so dark. He's not Batman, for God's sake. Alright, so next I will go to Justice League of America number 6. Well, right here it's going to get extra points with me just because it isn't a fill-in issue like last issue is. But, I don't know. Me and Lilith haven't been thrilled. I mean, completely thrilled with this book, but, I mean, it's alright. The art's very good. I love the art. But I don't know how far ahead we advance the story. It's, the forces of Rao are basically... Well, Rao's basically converted the citizens of Atlantis, and, I wanted to say Paradise Island, but, basically it's Olympus. Wonder Woman's in Olympus, and everyone's gone. Just because, I don't know if, they said all the gods left because Rao's basically taken over as the god there. Not too much with the rest of the Justice League. I mean, they show Flash in the past in 1961. The whole Infinity thing. And then at the end we get more Green Lantern on Krypton 250,000 years ago. And it looks like the Infinity Building's there, so... What's up with Rao and time travelers? Well, I guess we'll find out. But like I said, good issue. Justice League of America 6. I'll give it a 3.5. And next, I will go to Deathstroke number 13. Continues the ongoing story. Deathstroke's in Belle Reve. He broke in to find Amanda Waller because supposedly she knows where Slade's daughter is. So he's fighting through guards and inmates with Harley Quinn, and then he hired Catwoman as his backup. But to get the Waller, he has to get through the guy who basically is holding her hostage. Was it Snakeskin? I'm trying to remember his name. It's something. He's a giant snake, but I believe his name is Snakeskin. Sorry, I'm looking at the issue right here. But basically, Snakeskin says he wants Amanda Waller, and Deathstroke's like, I can't let you have her. So Deathstroke basically, well, he kicks him out the door after calling him almost a bad word. But Waller said she doesn't know what happened to Slade's daughter, and since after being drugged and almost passed out, Slade throws himself out the hole in the wall too. But Catwoman saves the day, loads him into the van, and takes off. But so I guess Slade's gonna have to continue his journey to find his daughter, and I don't know how this ties in. But next issue it says Bizarro at LexCorp, so I'm guessing Deathstroke's gonna run into Bizarro and maybe even Lex. Who knows? But a decent enough issue. I've been liking Deathstroke ever since they got, after the whole Wonder Woman thing, that the books improved for me. The Belle Reve story was a big improvement. Deathstroke 13, I give it 3.5. Alright, let's jump into the Robin War. As always, we've got a bunch of Batman stuff this week. Robin, Son of Batman number 7 is my next pick. It opens up with Red Hood, Red Robin, and Robin, along with the We Are Robin gang. They're fighting off some Talons. And we get some Dick Grayson stuff, which I always like. He's in the inner sanctuary of the Court of Owls. And, of course, he meets up with Lincoln March, who is, of course, a resurrected member of the Court of Owls. And they're arguing, and basically Dick's like, yeah, I know you guys want me for your gray son. And Lincoln March throws some kind of drug or something in his face. He's like, oh, I know you're trying to not pass out. He's like, don't worry, we don't need you. We have a new gray son. And spoilers, so skip ahead a couple seconds if you don't want to hear this, but supposedly the Court of Owl's new gray son is Damian Wayne, which makes sense because it's his book. But Robin, Son of Batman number 7, another 3.5. Get some old school Scott McDaniel art. I like Scott McDaniel. He was on Nightwing back in the day. Next up is Teen Titans number 15. It's another Robin War tie-in. The other one was part 5. This is just another one of the tie-ins, so you don't see a lot. But really the only tie-in is like they're all in Gotham, but they showed Red Robin with Red Hood and the We Are Robin kids again. Basically happening around the same time as Robin, Son of Batman, the Robin, Son of Batman issue. But the rest of the Teen Titans, they run into Professor Pig, who's kidnapped a bunch of teenagers. I think most of them, well, they were either at a musical or performing in the musical, but Professor Pig takes, he starts mutating some of the kids because he's taking Beast Boy's blood. Raven's able to turn the one girl back, but the rest of them are too far gone, she says. But even after the Titans arrest Professor, well, they don't arrest Professor Pig, he gets away, but they stop him, he gets away. and they come to a conclusion that he took all their blood, so I guess he's going to be experimenting with all the Titans' DNA. And then they show that at the end he meets up with a face that should be familiar to all Teen Titans fans, Brother Blood. So, does Blood have plans for the Titans' DNA? Is Pig just hired help? Well, I guess we'll find out. But Teen Titans number 15, I understand, but it's like, did this really have to be a Robin War tie-in? I guess because they're all in Gotham, and you have to explain where Red Robin is, but it was alright. If you're a completist, you'll want this story. It's a 3 for me. Alright, and then we'll jump into, speaking of Titans Hunt number 3. We see Donna Troy and Garth going at it, and Dick's in the middle, and unless there's some kind of mystical thing going on, it really bugged me this issue. It just seems like Dick Grayson just seemed like he was scared, and I'm like, Dick Grayson isn't usually the guy who's scared, you know? Yeah, I know he's overpowered and whatnot, but he would be flipping around, he'd be using his speed and agility and trying to find a way. Until there is a good scene where they crash into like a shack on the beach, and there's a sign inside that says Teen Clubhouse, and someone's written Titans on it, so with the graffiti it says Teen Titans Clubhouse. So these people did, I mean, I'm assuming that, you know, we're gonna get our classic Titans team, even though New 52 minutes seemed like we didn't have one, but I can't wait for those answers. And then Speedy meets up with Narc, I guess is his name, big guy. Anyone familiar with this guy, or is this a new character? Write in and let me know. And then some kind of call goes out. Some mysterious figure puts a call out, and all these Titan, you know, the original Titans, I guess, who are going to be revealed, hear it. And at the end, we also see Hawk and Dove, and only Hawk hears the call, but Dove doesn't. So what's up with that? Unless only Hawk was a Titan, but answers. I can't wait for answers. But Titans Hunt number 3, I give this one another 3. Alright issue, like I said, I don't know, maybe it's just the obsessive Dick Grayson fan in me, but I don't think he would have acted that scared, but hopefully we'll see there was mystical forces at work. But, and the segue again, speaking of Dick Grayson, Batman and Robin Eternal number 12, I will talk about next. This, I would have to say, is my pick of the week. As we saw last issue, Dick makes the sculptor take him into her mind. He wants the answers about Mother and the connection to Batman. So he's in with the sculptor, and he sees the sculptor's origin, how Mother took her away from her family. Her and David Kane, her and David Kane were young kids at the same time, and Mother kind of took them in the beginning, because she said her and David Kane were the Adam and Eve. We kind of see in a flashback, David Kane, I guess, killed a couple and took their daughter, who I'm assuming that must be Cassandra Kane. That's who it looks like. And we see how Mother trains her students, kids snapping each other's necks and learning all these spy techniques. And Sculptor tells Dick, she says, Mother has people everywhere. You know, all these kids are now their doctors and lawyers and scientists and politicians and heads of industry. They're weapons to be used by Mother. I'm glad we got a little bit more background on Mother. Then we see in a flashback, Mother telling Batman, you know, Dick's too reckless, and he's, you know, people can piece together your identity. That's how I did it, because Dick Grayson was sloppy. And in this flashback, who knows the point of view or whatever, if it's a lie, but supposedly Batman tells Mother, yeah, you're right, maybe I've been too passive with Dick, and Mother's asking him, are you ready to kill for me, Bruce? And he's like, yes. And of course, Dick freaks out. It's like, no, that's impossible. That's rule number one. Batman doesn't kill. None of us kill. And then he sees a big, shadowy, hulking figure. It's supposed to be Batman with a smoking gun. That tells Dick he's a failure. Like I said, I'm assuming this is a mother implant from Mother. But then Dick comes out and Harper is like, "What's going on?" He's like, "No time, we gotta go." So Dick's all in a rush. He's like, "We gotta get the Mother." And then we see at the end, it looks like, I don't know if these are just regular kids or if they're mothers, more recruits for Mother, but Cassandra Cain's lying in their blood, so did she kill them? Oh, I guess we'll find out. Talk about a cliffhanger. But like I said, this is my pick of the week. Sorry. This is my pick of the week. I give it a 4.5. It's a big improvement over some of the issues. Like me and Lilith have been saying, some of them have been slow, but once again, you have a weekly series. You have to pace yourselves, Can't be laying all your cards on the table, in week 2 or 3. But that brings me to my last book of the week. Dark Knight 3, The Master Race number 2. I'm sure if you're Batman fans, you're reading this. We see Carrie Kelly gets taken into custody, and Commissioner Yindel asks her, what happened to Bruce Wayne? And Carrie says he died, I guess he took down he must have taken down some bruiser in a fight, and she says he never got out of the hospital bed. She said he just laid there and told her stories about his career and everything else, and then she said he died, and Commissioner Yindel's like, "What happened to him? What did you do with the body?" And Carrie's like, "I ate the body. You don't believe me?" And then we get the whole thing with Ray Palmer trying to enlarge the people of Kandor, and there's someone in there telling him, yes, we're ready. We're gonna go. He's like, we have 1,000 ready to go, and Ray's like 1,000. And when he enlarges the people of Kandor, the 1,000 who come out, I guess they're a cult, and they're following Quar, Quar. Some of them are saying he's Kandor's savior, because it looks like they've killed a bunch. I don't know if they killed all the rest of the Kandorians, or just some of them, but something bad's going on. I'm assuming these Kryptonians are going to be the master race from the title, but they try to take out Ray Palmer. He tries to shrink to escape. One of the Kandorians steps on him, so that might be the end of poor Ray Palmer. And this Quar uses his heat vision to destroy Kandor, so anyone left in there is probably out of luck. Then we get Carrie Kelly's The Big Escape. The big bat tank from the original Dark Knight trilogy shows up and gets her out of jail. And was it remote controlled? Well, maybe, because on the last page we see Carrie Kelly lied. She gets back to wherever the Batcave's at now, and it looks like Bruce Wayne on crutches, so the old man's still alive and kicking from the looks of it. And the little bonus book we've been getting in these issues, this one's Wonder Woman. It's her and her daughter training, her half Amazonian, half Kryptonian daughter. Basically, she's just telling her, the daughter's just like, I don't need training. I'm not you. I'm Kryptonian. So I guess she's trying to take more after dad. So see how that goes. I'm assuming she's going to be a big weapon in the fight against the quote-unquote master race, probably meaning the other Kryptonians. But I think it was a good issue. I'm hoping they keep the quality up on this series, which I'm pretty sure they should. But Dark Knight 3, The Master Race number 2, I give it a 4. And those were my books this week. But before I get to all the plugs and everything, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Elvin Kunzelman. He's my local comic shop guy, and he me and my 2-year-old son always going every week for the books on Wednesdays, and like I said, this is Christmas week, so as we were leaving, Elvin asked, my son liked Batman, and I said yeah, and he gave him a Christmas present. It looks like a big Funko figure, but it's like a stuffed animal version. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll put the picture up on our Facebook and Twitter so everyone can see this when this show goes up. But I just really want to thank Elvin for going out there for my son. It's just a business. I'm just a guy who comes in there and buys comics. But I just love that when I hear stuff about that. Business owners, remembering people. But so just remember, support your brick and mortar comic shops. I know Lilith likes to do all her stuff digital, but you don't get that personal touch with it when you download digitals, when you go into a comic shop, especially a small one like this. Elvin has a small shop. He's the only employee there. But so if you're looking to order any comics, especially if you're nearby here in Pittsburgh, but anywhere in the country, always online, infinitycomicsandmore.com, infinitycomicsandmore.com. His phone numbers for the store is 724-325-4914. He's at 4564 William Penn Highway, Murraysville, PA 15668. So see, he didn't ask for anything in return, but see, you give me a present or my son a present, you get a free plug. So comic shops, remember that. So like I said, that's it for this week. You can let me know how bad of a job I did this week. Remember, you can always email us, worldsfinestpod@gmail.com. On Twitter, we're at worldsfinestpod. On Facebook, we're World's Finest Podcast. And let's see, I'll do Lilith, even though she was supposed to send me notes and didn't. I'll give Lilith some plugs. You can always find Lilith on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, and you can find her views on just about everything at lilithhellfire.com, her personal website. She does this podcast with me. She does Flashpoint and Queen Consolidated for the Flash and Arrow TV shows with my friend Kelly. She does Primatech Files, the podcast about the Heroes TV show with Ricky. And coming in January, I believe we're starting in January, Lilith and I are going to do another podcast. We're revamping her Newcastle Crew podcast. We're going to be reviewing old Constantine comics. We're going to start at the beginning with his first appearances in Swamp Thing. We're going to get to the Keanu movie. I don't know if we're going to do the TV show. She already did the TV show. Maybe I'll tell her I'll do the TV show on my own, or with somebody else. But we're going to be hardcore in the review and anything and everything Constantine, his appearances in Crisis, all kinds of stuff. So if you're a big fan of Constantine, join us, spread the word, get other people into it, because we already have a Twitter. Our Twitter is at Newcastle Crew, and our Facebook page, Newcastle Crew Podcast. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, so you're there and you know when the first episode drops. And as always, you can always find me or get a hold of me. You can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com, and on Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp. So I don't know when this show's going to drop. It'll be after Christmas because I'm recording this the day of Christmas Eve, but hopefully you all had a Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Festivus or whatever you celebrate. And hopefully, I don't know if this will be out by the new year, but if not, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. And I know I always have a funny line here, but remember, Lilith Hellfire, we miss you. Come back soon. As everyone, as all the listeners, I'm sure, are saying, stop this guy from rambling. Lilith Hellfire, save us. You're our only hope. Good night.